Hey everybody, Jake here. Welcome back to Movie Smoothie, where today we're talking a little bit about Rick and Morty Season 6. Now, I kind of missed the boat with that trailer because your boy was busy at Monster Mania this past weekend. Thank you to everybody who I met up with there. That was an absolute blast. If you guys don't know, I run my main page, Killjoy Jake, where I talk about horror movie updates. Make sure to subscribe to that if you're into that kind of stuff. But today, we're talking about Rick and Morty Season 6, making a whole video talking about the trailer and a theory I have for Episode 1 called Beth-ic Twinstinct. What I can only assume is going to be some kind of Space Beth parody of Basic Instinct. Now, before we get into that, if you guys can like this video and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. So, getting into this a little bit, talking about my crazy theory. Rick and Morty Season 6, the new trailer that just came out this past week, featured a lot of really interesting things, including Jerry wearing Morty's clothes outside of a Panda Express with Rick. What the heck could this be about? I don't know, but I am pumped for another Jerry and Rick episode. The Whirly Durly episode is so good, so funny. Can't wait for another one of those videos. Space Beth, though, is probably the most interesting thing about the entire Season 6 trailer, just because you gotta imagine she's probably saving Rick and Morty in this first episode. How can the first episode of this new season be about Space Beth and also how Rick and Morty escape the Citadel after it breaks down? As you remember from the last episode of Season 5, they can't use their portal guns anymore because evil Morty kind of, effed that all up. So they can't really do that. Space Beth, I'm assuming, is going to save our Rick and Morty from this horrible thing that's going on, the Citadel basically cracking down. Obviously, there's more to the Citadel because of this secret website. If you go to rickandmorty.com right now, I talked a little bit about that in another video. There's this promo where you can see this egg or something cracking open, and it's called a Citadel Secret, which I'm assuming is also going to be a part of this episode. And a few things that I put together, which from all of this that we've gotten so far, is that Space Beth is probably going to save Rick and Morty. They're going to go back to their house in their reality and try to concoct something, which we see a shot of in this new trailer, where Rick is playing around with portal fluid, something that he never does any other time in this trailer, which is interesting. They literally never use the portal gun. So what's up with that? Is there just no way to fix it? Do they not figure that out in this episode? I'm curious to see what episode 1 is all about. But something they talk about is Rick is saying that they're going to vanish to another reality. Jerry hilariously asks, "Oh, that's basically dying," and he's like, "No, it's not." So I'm really excited to see that. But another thing that's interesting, another line we get is Beth, regular Beth, not Space Beth, saying, "Why would you let that thing into our house?" Rick then says, "Oh, it was cute. I had to, I had to." Now, this has got to be a part of the same episode because we also see Space Beth in this shot in what I'm assuming is some kind of spaceship, maybe their spaceship, something along those lines. But the most interesting thing about this is maybe whatever this super cute thing that Rick is talking about is probably what's going to hatch out of this egg, probably what this Wormageddon aspect is going to be. So maybe when Space Beth saves them in this new episode, once again, just a theory, whatever this thing that hatches out of the egg sneaks onto the ship with them, and they have to deal with that while also trying to figure out the whole evil Morty situation, which they're probably still in the thick of right in the middle of this episode. So what could this episode be about? How is it going to explain how Rick can still travel through dimensions and stuff like that? Are we going to be stuck in this one dimension the entire time, or is Rick going to find a way to vanish from reality, reset everything like how he's done in the past? I don't know. It's really one of those things where it's interesting to talk about, because if you remember in, I believe it's Season 3 with Morty's Mind Blowers, the squirrel episode, they have already switched dimensions again, and he talks about how we can only do that so many times. Now we kind of have an answer as to why they could only do it so many times, because in the past I've always questioned that, and I'm like, well, there's an infinite amount of dimensions, so why would Rick say that? Why would Rick say we can only do this so many times? Now we kind of have the answer to that, because there was a finite amount of universes where Rick is the smartest man alive. So now it makes me question, is Rick going to find a way out of this where he can just kind of erase all the evil Morty stuff and then just go back to life as normal? Is that what this whole season's going to be about? Because I don't think I would want to see that all figured out in one episode, if that makes any sense. Another thing we need to talk about, though, real quickly, and I'll probably do a whole bigger video on this. I wanted to mostly talk about episode 1, how it's going to conclude everything, but something else I wanted to talk about is the last episode is called Jurixic Mort. All probably a Jurassic Park parody, obviously, from that from that title. But something else we can take from this new trailer is all these shots with these red robots that kind of look like easy bake ovens flying around and saying like, do not do that and all that in the trailer. Now, something I picked up on watching the trailer again was Beth has a line that is basically ripping off Jurassic Park, hold on to your butts, as she throws the car in reverse and then drives away. Something else we can take away from, and they're getting attacked by the easy bake oven robot looking things. Something else we can take away from this, from all these shots that are apparently a part of the same episode, which I would guess is episode 10, is if you look in the background of that very first shot in the trailer where we get these robots, you can see all these eggs somewhere in the background. Does this tie into the Citadel secret video where you see the massive egg in the container breaking and all that? And maybe there's more to all of this. Maybe this is going to be a massive thing throughout this season, that there's these worms or something, and they're maybe like some kind of like Jurassic creatures, some kind of like old school dinosaur thing that the Citadel was working on. Hey, I don't know, man. Just some crazy theories. How does this all tie into Evil Morty, you might ask? Well, they are shooting some kind of darts with yellow liquid in them, also at them. This could be the piss that they're talking about in the Rick and Morty season 6 description, or could it be the yellow portal fluid that Evil Morty uses at the end of season 5? Maybe it's some kind of something that'll kill them instantly, or make them travel to the Evil Morty dimension wherever he goes. Just some crazy theories, obviously not 100% developed, but it is food for thought. What do you guys think though about the canon, how it's going to be continued in season 6? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this new video talking all about Rick and Morty Season 6. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, support me on Patreon if you can. You can find that once again on my main page, Killjoy Jake, and thanks again for watching.